Well, it's supposed to be off the top of the dome, isn't it? So just roll with it.
On top of the dome?
On top of the dome.
Do you hear this bloody Welshman?
Freestyling at the moment, so that's all people say. All these young whippersnappers.
I think that's
fresh off the top of the dome.
I think that's a perfect intro.
Oh shit.
Aw, shucks. 3, 2, 1. Welshman talk. Yay. Anyways, hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Yemmy the Ferret, and I am here with which side are you gonna be on? I think you're gonna be on this side.
You're like here, right?
Yeah,
You're working out.
Maybe here. I'll get it down eventually. I'm here with ya boy, PlayerTwo, aka P2, and this is our new show called PlayerTwo and Yemmy Power Hour.
Explosions.
So you might be asking yourself, what is this? What is this? Well, this is a sort of visual podcast that we came up with because every time we talk, we go on for at least 2 hours. And I was like, we could actually turn this into something if you want to.
Yeah.
And here we are. We have an hour to talk. At that hour point, it'll cut off, and our outro will play, and that's it. It's a power hour. That's it. And we'll come back every 2 weeks. We'll talk about anything. It could be topical. It could be from 2 years ago. It could be from 5 years ago. Who knows? Who knows where the conversation will lead us? But we do have a starting point, and P2 has the wheel of wheeling to pick our first.
The wheel of power.
Yes.
The wheel of power hour. So guys, basically, not so long ago, me and Yemmy, we basically had a chat and went through lots of things that we could have as a starting point. What we talk about in that is, to be decided. So, don't expect anything particular. So, as you can see on the screen right now, there is the wheel of all these different things that we came up with. We are going to literally spin the wheel. Whatever it lands on is what we're going to do. And then that one will be excluded. So then in the next episode, it can't come up as a possibility. So, Yemmy, are we ready to see what we're going to start off with today?
I think the crowd's ready, and I'm ready too.
Okay, right. It is spinning. Oh, I'm nervous,
Around it goes. Where it lands, no one knows.
Okay. Option number 1. We are talking about Spyro.
Spyro. Wow.
Love it.
Well, isn't that the best way to start off a podcast?
So, how do we want to... Do you want to go first? Do you want to talk about the Purpley Dragon Boy first?
Purpley Dragon Boy. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to dive right into the hard-hitting topic here, P2. Spyro the Dragon 1 is the only good game in the series. Is that agreed upon?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
I didn't want to start on the controversial thing, but to be honest with you, after playing through all 3 of them and getting them 100%, and then remembering all the other games that came out after the PS1 era, Spyro the Dragon number 1, the numero uno, the OG, is the only one that's fun.
You're heavily more qualified to sort of judge this. I've only played Spyro 1, and I didn't even finish that game. So the fact that I'm never ever going to be touching any of the other ones. So yes, Spyro number 1, to be fair. And then the remaster was quite nice. It was nice to see it redone.
Yeah. I mean, the remasters are always going to look pretty. Like, the Crash Bandicoot 1 looks amazing. Crash Team Racing looks pretty amazing. And Spyro Dragon still looks, it does look really good, especially in the remastered form. I don't know what's with the other 2 ones, because I don't know have you played the other 2 in that trilogy?
No, I haven't. Literally,
not at all.
Just the first one was just,
So let me go over the basic plot point of the second game. So you get thrown into an alternate dimension where there's a dinosaur named Ripto, and he takes over this anthropomorphic animal type world, and you have to beat him. Okay, that's the first one.
Yeah.
There's an over-sexualized deer in it.
Wow.
and literally the characters who are supposed to be there to help you, like the one guy's called Moneybags, and you have to pay him gems in order to get through doors. Okay. He could simply step aside and say, Spyro, you're here to save the world.
He's profiteering off war, essentially.
Please allow me to assist you. Right. Then there's this tiger dude, Cheetah, I'm sorry, And during the ending boss fight, and I think there's another one where he comes in where he's on this glider, and he literally drops the power-ups right next to Rapto. I'm like, whose side are you on here, buddy?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also,
yeah.
This is the thing that bugs me with those style games, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why Spyro became like the main protagonist to begin with was because all of the other dragons got turned into crystal, right?
Yes.
So they had no choice but for Spyro to save the day.
Exactly.
When it comes to then, you've completed that game, so as a follow-on, like, where are the other dragons? Like, why is Spyro still, like, the go-to dragon for, like, events like this? And how is he still the exact same size? Like,
these games take place so closely together that...
Yeah, but, like, surely, like, when you unlock these dragons and they give that shitty little spiel of where, "Oh, Spyro, thank you for saving me," and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah! Some of them are so dead, you're just like, I may as well not have saved you. And some of them, they've got, like, massive clubs.
You can burn in hell, Mr. Dragon who has a lisp. I hate you.
Yeah! Like, they're dentures, you know, they're ready for a brawl. There's a massive dragon, and they're all like, "Oh, Spyro, please save me, oh." Like, really? There's nobody else that's up for a fight apart from essentially a teenage dragon?
Yeah.
Are you joking? That's the kind of thing that irritates me. It's just like, if he's still going to be, like, the saviour, like, surely he'd be a bit more, like, adulty? Do you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine in a real-world scenario, instead, don't worry about, like, Captain America, you stay at home, mate. Just go and get a teenager from school and send him to fight Thanos, because, you know, that's who we rely on now. Sorry.
They could have had a moment like that in the movie, though, where they were like, there's this little kid who comes up and he's got an Iron Man or Captain America mask on. He's like, "I'll stop you, Thanos," and Thanos is just like, and he's dead.
He's like, "I'm gonna click again just for you, okay?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep clicking until you're one of the ones, right?
Yeah. How did you survive the first... I'm sorry, I didn't put in the Thanos voice. How did you survive the first snap in the first place? And he just snaps again. He's like, "Damn, it didn't work." This is the last kid on Earth? What the fuck?
Yeah, how are you not dying? What the hell?
You know, there's a level in Spyro 2 where you have to save these, like, Scottish goats. And when you save them, I think I talked about this in my Spyro the Dragon podcast episode for YemmyCast, but when you save them, the most annoying song plays. It's like... And every time you re-enter the level, every time you die, every time, etc., you have to save them all again, and you have to hear the song again.
Oh, no.
And even on the end screen when you're exiting the level, it plays again. It was so annoying.
That's like water torture style music, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And
Sweet
they had
Jesus.
the almost racist Scottish accents. I don't know if is that racist, maybe countryist? I don't know.
I don't know. Right? Can we? I want to get your opinion on this.
Sure.
Right. If you're given an example of someone, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you do Donald Trump as an accent.
Okay.
Is that deemed offensive if you're using like his style of voice?
I mean, if you're trying to describe someone like to the police, I don't think it'd be a problem.
No, but then in terms of like, even if you're just doing an impression, it's not offensive doing the voice, is it?
I don't think it's really offensive. I just think it could probably get under people's skin.
So then, why does it feel like almost close to the line of where, say, if you did like an American accent, nobody really cares. If you do like a French, like very cliched accent,
what would the American accent be? P2, do it for me.
I can't, because mine is either like Texan.
Yeah, that's the default though, right? It's howdy y'all, let's go down and have sex with our cousins. Yeah, you know.
I'm from Alabama. I'm related to my mom, my sister, and my dad.
Yeah, there you go.
All at the same time. And I think the other one is like kind of like hippie kind of surfer dude.
Yo, what's up,
where
dude?
you can like, hey, bro, what's happening?
Yo, let's get some sick waves, bro.
Yeah, but then it's the same as like when you speak to Americans and they try to do a British accent and we all sound tip and pop, and we're gonna have some tea later on. Tip tip, tally ho, god darn, yeah, this. And it's just like, well, why are there some accents that you cannot do without people like kind of wincing as you do it? Like, Australian, fine. French, fine. British, fine. American, fine. Why is it then, as soon as you start doing maybe a Middle Eastern accent, people think you're being offensive?
Maybe because they are the group of people that is being, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the group of people kind of being more or less put down in the world these days.
Scapegoated.
Yeah. That might be it. I also think it depends on how well you do the accent. Like if I'm over here going, okay, here's a bad British impersonation, like, hey, oi, chops, what's up, mate? Tilly do and all that.
You're going Australian.
Okay, Australian accent. See, well, there you go. I was doing a terrible British impersonation, so bad that it was Australian.
Yeah, well, good on, mate. Yeah. Put some trims on the barbie.
Aye, mate. I love this country. It's about 90% desert, and there's one big road that goes across it.
And everyone likes us. See, I'm going a different accent again. I can't do accents to save my life, so
I can do a few. I can do a few accents, and they're hit or miss. I bet they never miss. You know.
Oh, you had to get that in there, didn't you?
I always gotta get.
I don't think I've seen a pre-recorded video from you, potentially in the last 6 months, that has not contained that meme.
TikTok. It's a very popular meme. Speaking of memes, and things that are current events, did you see Belle Delphine is giving away her bathwater? Selling her bathwater.
Do you know how I found this information out, Yemmy?
Was it because I liked the post or something?
No, it's because of a YouTuber that I watch, and he does like a weekly, pretty much like a podcast. But what he's done is that he's taken his name, and then he's added it to cast, so it makes it sound like it's his podcast in one. I don't know if you've heard him, Yemmy the Ferret. He's kind of,
he must be an undiscovered talent there.
Yeah. Well, and he discussed the fact that she's doing that, and I kind of understand it from her point of view of, making hay while the sun shines, so to speak. And it also...
That's one that I want to use in the future. Making hay while the sun shines.
But it also makes me a little bit sad that people would be willing to buy that kind of stuff when it's so easily exploitable. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So, all she's doing is essentially, saying that she's been in a bath.
Right.
And people are doing it because the water would have in some way contacted her, which is just mental anyway. And from her point of view, I'm like, dude, you're selling a tub of water for $30.
Can you even send that stuff over through the regular mail? I don't think so.
I don't know what that would classify as, because it's not a food.
It would probably be a biohazard. That's what they label anything that could be leakage or anything like that. They label it. So Belle Delphine, her bathwater is a biohazard.
But is she actually doing it? Is it a legit thing? Like somebody
she sold
actually
out.
Bought it?
She sold out. $30 a pop. She sold out.
Of how many though?
I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but she sold out. It had to be at least
100.
Let's say it's one bathtub full of water that she sold out of, and she sold how many of those little cups that were
Jesus,
like a shot?
Oh, but do you follow Ricky Berwick on Twitter?
I see his posts a lot because he does comment on a lot of people that I follow, and a lot
of people
like his stuff. So I technically follow him, but I'm not exactly following him on Twitter.
Because he mimicked Belle Delphine's kind of video. So from his point of view, he's watching this video and he goes, and then he's in the shower and he's spraying himself with the head of the shower, and he's putting him in these little plastic tubs, and he's that money maker.
He could probably sell his water too. But
then it's also disgusting. I get it because it's current. Yeah, I get it because it's current.
Yeah.
But that's not resellable, because say in 10 years, realistically, Belle Delphine is not going to be at the hype level she is now, right? Assuming so.
I would think so. So is she still going to have braces, though? Is that...
Maybe. If that's a get-up, maybe. But then surely that's another safety hazard that you can't have them on for too long.
They might be like grills, though. They might just pop off, pop back in place.
Could you imagine? Can I get braces grills, please?
What do you need those for? To make me look like a 12-year-old girl so that the anime fanboys can come on me? I don't know. Was that a little bit too far? I feel like that was a little bit too far.
Well, there goes monetization, if that was an option. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus wants in on this too? Oh, this is holy bathwater now. I'm just saying. Okay, so what are they going to do with the bathwater? That's what we need to discuss right now, because
literally,
they might
I
just
guarantee
they might just put it on a
some
shelf.
freak would. I reckon they would drink it. Some weirdos.
They'll swish it around their mouth and spit it back in, and every time they need.
Nah, they wouldn't. Nah. Right, put it this way, right?
Okay.
If there was someone you legitimately found so hot, like enough to buy their bathwater.
What are you willing to do?
I really worry about what they're gonna do with that.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Are they gonna subdivide it and then lengthen its life as much as possible? Because at some point that water will go bad, right? Because of whatever else is in it and what was ever on her skin and shit like that, right?
If she was actually in the water.
Yes.
There's still she still could be just selling empty tubs of water.
But then isn't like most of her thing like always in a bath?
I mean, I've seen her in multiple different places.
Have you,
closets,
Yemmy?
refrigerators, bathtub. Yeah, there was a video where she like someone opened up the door. And she was in the fridge, and she's like, "Hey, it's me, your snack or whatever."
Wow.
This stuff just gets thrown onto my Twitter feed. She's so wide-reaching.
You're not getting out of that.
I'm not following her. I will show a screenshot of me not following her.
It disappears because other people like it.
It's true.
Hell no.
It's true.
No. In the comments down below, if you think Yemmy's telling a little bit of a porcupine, no chance, bruv.
Is that the
no chance
stepbrother of PewDiePie, Borky-Pie?
Yeah, he's the obese cousin.
Oh, okay.
Porcupine
he's the bad
and
boy.
PewDiePie.
I don't know what to say anymore about Belle Delphine, because like this is her character though. She's a huge troll. Even like with the Pornhub thing, like she went on Pornhub, she made all these videos, titled them sexually, and then it was just her literally like playing pool and putting an 8-ball in the pocket, because the video was titled like I don't know, what was it called, like something in the hole, black in the hole or something like that.
Oh wow.
Like a bunch of like the reason I brought it up on the podcast was because literally it's gamers who are like really upset, like these gamers who they were expecting actual pornography, even though she sells her Patreon rewards for lewds and nudes. They were expecting her just to throw it out on their front free, like, hey, anyone want to watch me do whatever.
Also, at what point are you in your existence where you're okay to be mad about that? Because there's two things that go hand in hand with it. Because if you go, oh my god, I can't believe you didn't really put your porn online, and then that's essentially you going, I was looking to watch porn of you and it's not there.
I've tried Rule 34. It's just not the same. I feel like these people are they're more or less just desperate people who maybe they don't actually have any real life connection with a lot of people, so they see these hot e-girls like Belle Delphine, Amarath. I mean, Amarath is freaking like promoted 24/7 on Twitch. Like I open Twitch. I bet if I open Twitch right now, Amarath is going to be on the screen.
Because I don't even know who that person is. So let's see. Was it Amarath?
Amarath. Okay,
so
today Twitch decided not to give me any suggestions.
Oh, what a coincidence!
What a coincidence! I swear, but she's a streamer on Twitch. She's a streamer. She's a cosplayer who does these like lewd cosplays. And whenever you see her on Twitch, she's playing like Just Dance or something like that, and she's wearing hardly anything.
Is it Amaranth?
Amaranth, yeah, whatever.
She's on now.
Oh.
Doing ASMR, which is another level of weird to me. Oh yeah, of course, she's going for like a purpley kind of
purple dragon. It's all going back to Spyro.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, we've gone full circle already. We've already completed this series. We're done.
That's it.
20 minutes in, we're saved.
We were supposed to get the Spyro in episode number 100 again, but unfortunately, here we are.
Yeah, right. I feel creeped out. She's like messing around with slime, and I can like half hear it, so it just sounds like
it's like someone's right behind you doing it.
Yeah.
Don't turn around, P2.
Luckily, I've got my camera on me, so I could actually see if anything creepy happens. But we will see. So, question is, when are you releasing your bathwater for us thirsty e-girls?
I don't take baths because I'm a grown man. I take showers.
Right. You don't take baths?
No. I mean,
is this just an American thing?
I don't think so. I mean, people take baths. Like, it's not like this. Like it's outrageous not to take a bath. But I personally, I have not taken a bath since I was a wee young lad. I could give you Randy's bath water, my dog.
Oh my God!
Sell that for $30 a pop.
$30 Randy bath. Wow, that just sounds bad. Does Randy mean the same thing in America as it does in the UK?
Oh, as a name?
No.
I mean, it's just a name here.
Oh, because it's not like people understands what it means, but nobody's like uses it. Then, if you see what I mean, because Randy just means a bit like you've got the horn. You know, you're looking for a little bit of action.
Oh, you're a horn dog.
Yeah, but it works for both. So if somebody's Randy, I guess it doesn't sound right saying it. Like everyone understands what it means, but like, yeah, it just means that you're looking for a love connection for the night.
So are there a lot of Randys in the UK, or is that like a forbidden name, like Jesus?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe
he could be named Jesus, but he cannot be Jesus.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a football player called Gabriel Jesus, spelled Jesus.
There you go.
Maybe it depends where you're from.
I think that's true. I think because I think in Spanish it literally just means Jesus. So.
Oh, so they're literally being called Jesus, and we're like, oh, no, it's Jesus.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Hold on, you American dogs. It's Jesus, not Jesus. I don't know what you're getting upset about.
Yeah, don't be offensive, man. God dang it. So, I know that you've started getting more interested in your series. It's been a bit of a time from a Yemmy the Ferret fanboy point of view of where you've done a series that's not sort of podcast related.
Right.
And it's interesting because I wouldn't say it's not something that would mainly be your channel type, if that makes sense, with the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Rebuilding your deck.
That is true. It doesn't fit my archetype, that's for sure.
Yeah. How are you enjoying it though?
I'm in it for the long haul.
Yeah?
I mean, I've been obsessed with it since I started doing it again, and it's been an amazing time. Just like, I think the fact that I'm like opening up like pack after pack after pack in some videos, and I'm getting excited after what I'm seeing, and I'm reminiscing about the old times and some of these decks. There's some really old cards that I didn't think I would see because I've been away from Yu-Gi-Oh for long enough that.
Of course.
I don't know what a black card means. What's a black card mean? What's a white card mean? I don't understand these. Yep. There was only 4 colors when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. But I'm understanding it more now. Like I opened up spoiler. I opened up the Blue Eyes, the Saga of the Blue Eyes starter deck, and it had a white card in there. I'm like, I gotta learn how to use this thing. So I opened up the duelist thing that we have on the computer, and I was like messing around with it, and I learned how to do this special tribute summon, and I was like, you know what?
Oh,
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So you're gonna be a bit of competition for me now, then, right?
I think so. I mean, my zombie deck is actually pretty good now. I beat Kaiba in the with his stupid cards. Like
his stupid anime card where he just destroys like your entire deck like instantly.
There's one card, discard 10 spell or trap cards from your opponent's deck.
But like if he goes first, he always plays that card.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like the thing is, right? With my deck, I have 10 cards of spells. Right. So like my entire spell collection goes instantly, and I'm just like, okay, that was fun. Thanks, Kaiba.
Thanks. Yeah. Yugi was actually glitching on me 3 times in a row. If he puts on a fusion card right away, he'll just glitch out and not do anything. I don't know if it's just because he doesn't have anything in his hand and he accidentally put it down. I don't know, but whatever.
Oh, I've never found Yugi or Joey difficult to beat on that.
No, they aren't.
Kaiba and Darts are really difficult, but I have battered them both, so you know.
Well,
that makes me fully qualified now.
There,
yeah.
I gotta say though, you know, when I was making that zombie deck, I didn't really know about the tribute summon stuff, and you know, I just kind of like threw cards in there that I had. You know, of course, I have all the cards that are in that zombie deck, and then I played against it was either Yugi or Joey, and I played the Decaying Commander, and I was like, okay, I have a zombie tiger in my hand, and you can in the activation card for I think for the commanders you can automatically summon a tiger, and the tiger can be used as a magic card and boosts the Decayed Commander. So from 1,000 points attack, the Decayed Commander went to 1,700. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I had a Dark Crystal in my hand. I'm like, oh, that adds 300 to any zombie card. Boom. You know, I had a pretty good first go there. The one thing that messes me up the most, though, like, I'll have all these things planned out. I'll have this best card on the field. I do one attack, and then you pull out your Mirror Force. And it's like, well, fuck me.
But the thing is, though, you've got to view it from my...
You gotta think 10 steps ahead, right?
No, but like, it's not even that. But I've constructed my deck so that I can prepare for stuff like that. That even if I haven't got what I need to kill you and be on the offensive, I've got enough to keep me in the duel until that happens. And whereas you're currently in the building of your deck, I've built mine like a year ago, and I've been slowly like improving it as I'm going along, kind of thing.
Right.
The only difficulty that I had was because we stopped playing, so I put like all my cards back in like my binder, you know, because I didn't want them to get like damaged or whatever.
Of course.
And so when I put the cards away, then trying to rebuild my deck, I couldn't remember all the perfect cards that I had together. So I had the sort of the main structure, but then the sort of niggly little kind of add-ons, I didn't know what they were. So like it's taken me a bit of time to actually get to them. But I think pretty much now I've got the deck that I need. Because I'm kind of like you. Like I like the original. Like Meta 2 is my favorite when the Pendulum cards came into it, and when the XEs came into it, and then that's about it. Like I don't really care for the summoning, like the Link summoning. I didn't really care for like the added effect. Like every card has an effect now.
Yeah.
So when I was playing like you,
Paragraphs
and you were playing
effect.
cards with like normal cards, it was like in a way refreshing. Because when you're playing a duel, like it's hard enough as it is anyway, but especially if you're coming up against a deck that you've never played or you've never seen these cards, and you're trying to think of ways to battle against this person, and you have to spend 20 minutes to read the freaking card to understand the effect, to understand what they're going to do. They're waiting for you to understand it so they can carry on making their first move, and it like for me, it just kills the kind of enjoyment of it when it's too like mad.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
because then you need to know so much and so many details of cards to make sure that it's correctly played. There's so many ways to misplay, and for me that kills the enjoyment of why you're doing it.
There's a
Do
lot
you know
of
what I
there's a
mean?
lot of missed opportunities too. Like if I don't know the effect of the card that has 13 paragraphs on it, like if I just play it and I don't activate because for whatever reason I don't chain it correctly, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I can automatically summon a Blue Eyes Red Dragon my first turn if I play my cards right. If I don't, then I'm stuck with a level 1 monster on the field that has 500 attack and 700 defense, and he's open for an attack, and he just dies right away because that's what happens.
And then there goes your entire combo like instantly, isn't it? And it's just like, oh, okay, that was fun. Good.
There's one card that allows you to like discard 2 dragon type monsters from your deck to the graveyard. And so I've been starting to duel off with that. You put the 2 blue eye, or however many dragons you want to in the graveyard, and then there's a monster that allows you to summon any dragon monster that's been in the graveyard, that is in the graveyard, directly to the field. So that's what I usually use to get the blue eyes on the field. And then if that doesn't work, then I'm screwed because now I have 2 blue eyes in my graveyard. I only have 1 monster reborn. And
thanks for telling me your strat. It's great.
Oh, fuck.
We reeled him in. We got him straight away.
At least I'm not using the OP God cards like somebody.
Hey, I use one version of each because my online deck has to be the same as my real life deck. And the thing is, when I was building it, everyone was just like, oh. So I play the Winged Dragon of Ra deck, right? So I've got a version of each one in real life as well. And I was like, how do I improve this? How do I make it so that my combos aren't dead almost like instantly? And they were like, oh, you need to run 2 of Ra, 2 of Sphere mode, 2 of Phoenix mode. And I was just like, one of those cards at the time was £28. Ooh. So like $30, right? So I was like, I'm not paying that. Like, so like the deck could be more OP, but it's enough to take Yemmy out in 5 turns. So, it is what it is, guys.
We'll see about that in the future.
Oh, will we now? Will we,
I
boy?
think we need to both make a classic deck where we can't use like the
Okay.
OG overpowered cards, like anything past like season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Alright, okay. How about we do that then, of where we both make a classic deck using cards from season 1 essentially only.
I think that'd work.
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
We will.
I think that even the playing field a little more until I can get more stuff. I got a lot of stuff to open now, and I'm really excited. But I gotta wait. I don't want to get everything out and then be pressured.
That's the thing. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know either.
Like, I want to just open it so badly. I just screw the video. I don't even care. Or
schedule.
On a day like today, you just open everything one after another, and just be like, right, okay. Now I've got lots of footage, but now my addiction is like, where's the rest of the cards?
Where's the meat?
So then you have to and then you're going again, and your bank's going, really? We're going here again? Are we?
Right.
And you're just like, yeah.
What's that? You want to pre-order 3 more things that cost over $40 each? Are you sure about that?
It's one of those things where you enter it and it's just like, are you sure? And you're like, yes. And it goes, are you really sure? And you're just like, yes.
Yes.
Give him to me.
Yes, damn it! Charge my card right now, or I'm gonna stop it.
And I'm assuming you're the same as me then. Of when you've ordered it, you're already tracking it. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, where's the
Hey.
I've ordered 10 minutes ago, guys. It should be at least dispatched by now.
Right.
Come on.
I when I was ordering things off of eBay back in the day, I was ordering a lot of old games. I wasn't looking at it right away, but if 3 days go by and it doesn't ship, I'll open up an eBay thing and be like, hey, they haven't shipped my order yet, and they said fast shipping, so and then they'd get mad. They're like, why'd you open up a case? I was gonna send it today anyways. I'm like, sure you were, or you're gonna make me wait 5 more days.
Just coincidental that I've opened a case and suddenly he was on his way.
It's on its way now. Yeah, I pre-ordered the there's this new tin coming out that has the Egyptian stuff on the top. I'm not sure exactly what's in it.
Oh, yes.
But I pre-ordered that because
as well.
I was
just for the decals of the tin more than anything, though.
And I need a place to put all my garbage cards. I don't want to put them all in binders because it's who needs all of them?
I'm gonna show it on my screen now. I have a huge tin of I think a 2016 mega tin, and it's full to the brim of cards that I do not want to put in my deck. I do not want to put in my binder. I have no need for whatsoever, and so they are just collecting dust in a big metal tin.
They won't collect dust though if they're in a tin.
Well, what if the tin has dust already in it?
Well, then that's the personal problem.
Okay. So I feel you on that one, because I keep my deck in a nice little deck box, and then obviously I've got the wall of other cards that are shiny and belong on the wall.
Yeah.
That's their only purpose in life.
Did you collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards when they had those starter decks for each character from the first
I did, but I opened them. I remember having a Joey one because I thought Red Eyes was the coolest looking one.
I had all those, and I opened them all and I played with them all. I even got there's tins that came out for Weevil and people like that I had. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and now if you look online and try to get one that's unopened, it's $200 plus bucks. And I'm like, I can't do that until I'm actually making some sort of money from a third source, like YouTube or something like that.
From a third job, and the third job makes me so much money that I don't need job 1 and 2.
Right. It just sucks so much. And like I've told you, I've told people who watched my rebuilding my deck series, my deck was stolen from me. It was literally I did the stupid thing when I was in high school, and I thought my friend could be trusted, and I gave him my deck, and I said, put it, he wanted to put it in his game that he had, whatever the game was at the time. And I was like, okay, just give him back. And 5 years later now, he ignores my messages.
Go out of your sight.
Yes.
I would have been like, bring the game
to
or invite me to your house so that I can sit next to you as you process these cards into this game, because I want these cards back
Yeah.
instantly. Otherwise, you will be going to the Shadow Realm. Simple as that.
I wish I could banish people to the Shadow Realm, to be honest with you.
Wow. Who'd be the first person on your Shadow Realm banish list?
Well, you gotta go with the person who stole my deck. Out of all the people in the world, it's fuck you.
mind crush. And he's just like, all I did was steal a deck.
But it had all the original cards in it.
He's in the Shadow Realm and he's like, why are you here? I tried to murder everyone. Why are you here? I stole some cards.
I'm an evil god who possessed his friend's body. Yeah, I stole a few Yu-Gi-Oh cards from him. It doesn't seem to equal out there.
It does. It's the same level of scorn, man.
True.
Don't put yourself down, okay? You're fully justified. I will back you up.
Well, who are you banishing to the Shadow Realm, P2?
Let me see.
Let me look at my list.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this.
P2 opens up the Death Notebook he has. He's like,
Oh, could you imagine? Well, if I had a Death Notebook, there'd be no point in me banishing them to the Shadow Realm because they'd already be dead.
It's a fake.
It's
like one of those ones that people buy just to look cool.
Oh,
it's not a real one.
I'd complain. I'd be like, guys, I bought this under the pretense that I'd be able to murder people without, repercussions.
You're just talking to someone at Walmart or something.
Yeah. I want to be able to speak to like a demigod who likes to eat apples.
Yeah.
And, nobody's dying. I'm wasting ink here, so like I want a refund or I want to speak to the manager so I get a proper one. Like one or the other.
Did you watch the
the
Netflix Death Note adaptation?
I can't bring myself to do it only because I watch a YouTuber called the Anime Man. I don't know if you've encountered him. He is a half Australian, half Japanese guy. So he's got like an Australian accent, but like he can speak fluent Japanese. So it just blows my mind when he talks.
All right.
And so he talks all things anime. Like I have no idea about anime. I know like Death Note. I know Howl's Moving Castle. I know like freaking like Naruto, not Naruto, like Avatar the other day because I just finished watching it. Like apart from that, like my knowledge of anime is like scraping. So I like to watch him because I find him entertaining, even though 99.9% of the stuff he talks about I have no idea.
Just smile and wave, boys.
Yeah. So he's released a video, this was ages ago now, talking about it, and with stuff like that, because I find it so cringe, I want to know it's good before I watch it. Right?
Yeah.
So he's like kind of like my reputable source in a way of where I think if he thinks it's good, generally it's gonna be good. Do you know what I mean? Because he's seen so much anime and whatever. And the first clip is him like sighing. So I was like, okay, I'm not I haven't.
This is either a YouTube apology or it's him talking about an anime he doesn't like.
Yeah. So I was like, I can't bring myself to do it because like if he's cringing, then like it's gonna kill my soul. So no, I can't bring myself to do it, to be honest. So have you seen it then?
Yeah, I watched it. I don't know anything about Death Note or anything, so I actually kind of enjoyed it.
What?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I watched it just because it looked cool. I don't know anything about Death Note. If it was a One Piece movie, a Yu-Gi-Oh movie, something like that, maybe I'd have more to say about it. But to be honest with you, to a pleb like me who doesn't watch the anime and just kind of sees this, I don't know, it's fine. Some of the acting was iffy there, here, there.
I'd recommend you watch it because it is very intense. It's very good.
Well, you see, I could really only watch anime when the girlfriend's gone because she despises the stuff. So,
why?
I don't know. It must be the stigma attached to anime culture.
Oh, so like you're like ultimate weeb alert, sirens going off.
No, I'll randomly
like,
just pull
there's someone in like a database in like a rare island and they just scan and it's just like regular people, and then as soon as like your fiance starts watching it, it's like and they're like like scampering around like shit, we've only got it, boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
something
man.
like that.
You need to watch Death Note. Is very good.
Well, I've seen. Let's see.
Good.
So the animes that I've watched, I did watch. I think all up until the last season of Avatar. So that I really enjoyed that. But when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure you're the same way. When I was watching anime as a kid, I just thought they were cartoons. Dragon Ball, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh. I just looked at them as cartoons. I didn't notice they were any different from Ed and Eddie or Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Like a series or whatever. Yeah.
It was it was on later at night, but I was like, whatever. I don't know. Maybe these are more adult cartoons. And then later you find out, I was watching anime. Technically, I was a weeb. But like those ones don't go as far as like a lot of the normal anime goes. It's not like skimpy schoolgirls and
like the cliched anime
and stuff
then.
like that. Like my old friend,
where everyone has perfectly awesome straight hair and like a multitude of color, and you're just like pretty sure you wouldn't be able to go to school with like bright purple hair. Like, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know. This is what
or like everyone has hair that goes down to their knees.
My sexuality is grape. That's...
Yeah. I bring knives to school. And it's just like, okay.
Whoa, hold on there.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Well,
in Britain,
yeah.
You know, weaponry to school, big no-no.
Well, you're not supposed to bring them to American schools either.
Right, just saying, right? This is where the line crosses.
Haven't you ever seen Cool Cat Saves the Kids? The guy brings a gun to school, and Cool Cat punches him in the face.
No, because our schools don't need metal detectors on the way in.
Okay, not every school has a metal detector. Only the ones in cities. Okay, let's...
Okay, sorry, my bad.
This goes back to the old countryism thing that we were talking about.
Oh, so we've gone full circle twice now.
2 times.
This is the content you get, guys.
Anyways, please continue with your point.
What was it?
I'll keep correcting your statements. You said something about knives at school or something like that.
Oh, so like it's just that with anime, I think it's obviously a comment on society, but I find that it's almost like, you know, when you watch a very cliched rom-com or like a, you know, romantic comedy or like a love story kind of movie, whatever.
Yeah.
You've got like the girl who's with the guy who's like kind of a dick, but not really, but just enough to like make you annoyed. And then there's like the new guy who's like perfect in every single way, but then he starts going out with another girl. Like, and it's like you know what's coming, right? Mm. It's almost like with every group of friends, there's one person who's the smart one. There's one person who always gets the girls. There's one person who's like the joker. There's the fat one.
The nerd.
Do you mean like all that kind of thing?
Yeah.
And it's like with every single anime, when you see like the front cover, you've got like every single freaking character ever on there, and they all go to the same fucking school, and you're like, okay, so there's like a 6-year-old person who can like already do a PhD level is in the same school as a person who's got like size triple F boobs, and she has like hair down to her knee, and then the next guy has hair like covered. Like, do you mean like it's mad how they all. They're so cliched that that's what weebs in a way expect to see. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. If someone's expecting to see something, that turns them into a weeaboo. There's a difference there. Should I get into this for you?
Yeah, because I don't know.
If anyone wants to check this out, there's a video by Filthy Frank, and it's called Weeaboos, and it pretty much goes over the difference between the two things. But short version. Weebs are people who enjoy anime and Japanese culture, but they aren't like culturally appropriating it. They aren't expecting like subtitles in real life when they go to Japan, stuff like that. It's the people who they're so invested into it that they're toxic, pretty much.
I see. Okay.
Weeaboos are
and then having to go with people who think they know, and they're like, "You don't know."
Yeah, they're the people who they watch anime, so they think they know Japanese. So they're spouting random Japanese sayings without actually knowing exactly what the translation is. Just because they read something or they looked it up. They're the people who they're so far into the fandom that they think that they know everything. So anyone who talks about it, they automatically have to go, "Wow, you fucking suck, you stupid noob."
Well, until you've seen Death Note, you know nothing.
Yeah, until you've seen 17 other animes that begin with the word Y, you have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the difference between weeb and weeaboo. I'm glad we could clear this up early in the podcast.
Yes, thank you, because I was never gonna know that was even a thing. So, and I think that's where a lot of people like me get irritated, because they're either have you seen oh shit, you know the Japanese version of Hunger Games? Oh shit, what's it called?
The Japanese version of Hunger Games?
Yeah, so like there's a manga that is created of the Hunger Games. Essentially, you know how we were talking about the difference between Japanese cartoons and how it's pretty much uncensored. Like everything that happens is shown, and then when it's brought over to like Western culture, it's kind of like friendlied up a bit. I don't know if that's the proper sort of phrasing, but and that there was an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh where in the Japanese version, one of the main characters is being sexualized, shall we say?
Yeah.
And something bad is going to happen, and then another main character comes in and fucking ruins his life. Whereas then in the American version, he's like, "You owe me money," and like the same
He's just like a
response
thug,
happens.
yeah.
Like, yeah. So, what is it called? Basically, so you know, like Hunger Games, where like people are randomly selected to go to like this island, and then it's like last survivor wins, right?
Yeah.
So
like
there's
Battle
a Japanese. Thank you. That's what it's called. Have you read Battle Royale?
No,
It's absolutely mental. Like in terms of like how the concept of the idea is very, very fascinating. So it starts off with these two teenagers, like brothers. One is like a couple of years older than the other one. They're watching a TV show of where it's kind of like, have you ever seen like Big Brother?
Yeah, I saw like
so,
yeah.
Right, so you know like how they come out and then they're celebrating the person who's like last to survive or last to be evicted from the house or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well done, right? And so it starts off with this person, but this person is like cut and bloodied and like so disheveled, like so like sleep deprived, whatever, right? And they're like, oh, well done, you're a cult hero, blah 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 blah. And basically what it is that they kidnap these children from schools. They take them to this island and they put like a collar around their neck, right? So they then literally have to fight to the death. The person who like lasts and the last one alive can then return to society. All the others are quite literally murdered.
Okay.
So basically they set off. They'd be in like a school classroom, and this big twat of a he's such a prick. Is like he has like one of those like angry Japanese man voices. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, though, right?
I get you.
And they all have like a backpack, and in this backpack is a weapon, whether it's a gun, whether it's a knife, whether it's a club, whether it's whatever. And they also have then some food supplies. They also have then like healing, like bandages or whatever, right? So it's quite literally like a real life battle royale. And then they go, right, the things around your neck, that if you're not within a particular quadrant or a particular square or, what are they called? Coordinates, at a particular point, it will explode and so will your head.
Oh, lovely.
If you try and take it off, it will explode. So there's like, it's a kill or be killed literally scenario that goes on. But these children are like 11. So it's freaking absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
So in terms of like if you're going for like an anime of where you want to be like so engrossed because you have no idea what could happen, and obviously these artists are so incredibly talented to make it look just so horrendous and so horrific that it grips you, because I don't know how you feel with stuff like that, because I hate horror and like that kind of stuff, but I hate it because you don't want to get attached to a character.
Right.
Because you don't know, there's no favoritism involved, there's no main character about it. It's like anyone could die at any time and stuff like that. So that would be one that I'd recommend. It is intense as hell.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Walking Dead comics, especially early on. There was a lot of characters who were introduced, and they stuck around for like a few pages, and all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, they're dead. Uh-oh.
Well, there goes my favorite character.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show for The Walking Dead, but there's the whole season where they're on the farm with Herschel.
Oh, hey, that's where I got bored.
No, that literally is 1-2 comic books long in the actual story. They meet Herschel. They tell him to come back to the prison. He does. He brings his little family, and then the governor comes and kills them all, including Herschel. And not Maggie though. Maggie still lived, but that's one of the big things. That's like people are like, oh, but the comic books, the TV show is so much better. It's like, no, the TV show sucks compared to the comic books. It always grinds my gears when people say that, because I've read all the Walking Dead comic books, and I watched up to season 4 of the TV series, and I had to give up on it.
I got to season 3. I didn't even get to 4.
I don't know how I got to 4. There's so much filler in the seasons now, and there's so much going on that just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They kill off characters who don't need to be killed off, and it's like,
but it's just to keep people entertained though, because like that's when you're watching a show.
This episode hasn't had zombies in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, like because people are watching a show about end of days, and they don't care about how they're getting food unless it's stealing from something.
Who
Do you
cares
know what
where
I'm
they
saying?
shit? You know?
They're not gonna go, hey, I started farming the other day, and they're gonna go, fantastic. Tune in next week for The Walking Dead. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Grow. Yeah.
So they won't be like, hey, I just grew so... And it's just like, how did the zombies get in? Quick! And it's just like, oh no, soya beans, guys.
This random chain of events allowed them to find us and kill us.
Or it's like horrific foretelling, or like foreshadowing, you know, kind of like Final Destination.
Yeah.
Where there's a guy and they're like messing around and like he kind of dodges and there's like a fan close to his head and that's clearly how he's gonna die. And it's almost like in The Walking Dead, it'd be like they're walking back to the farm and you see the gate close, but it doesn't stay on the latch, and you're just like, oh no!
Well, what about
I wonder what's gonna happen. They're gonna be like, how did the
2?
zombies get in? Was it through the gate that wasn't shut properly? No! I mean, yeah, obviously. How else do you think they got in?
How'd they get in? I don't know. We opened up all the doors. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's
big
that
signs,
point
big
in,
neon signs going.
Well, yeah, we had
Fresh
signs up,
meat
no
here.
zombies allowed. They all just came in anyways. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh man.
There's that one episode in, I think it was season 2, where Shane dies, and it was what was the old man's name? I don't remember his name anymore. The one guy dies because of Carl's stupidity.
I know the one you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, millions of zombies are on the farm.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't happen.
Here they all are. And it's like, what happened to the mud that they were getting stuck in? What happened to, the miles of just open field that you can see everything around you?
Don't worry about that. They had an amazing defense system until people were getting bored with the series.
Hey, all these characters who we haven't told you anything about, they're all dying, and all the main characters are living. No question.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, important question here, Yemmy. I spent a lot of my time in university with one of my friends. It'd be, let's say, 9, 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
In the house that we were living in, I lived on the very, very top floor. He lived right at the bottom. So, nobody has time to walk up 5 to 6 flights of stairs just to see if somebody possibly might be awake. So we'd receive a text message saying, fancy a cuppa? Because obviously we're from Britain, so that's all we do. And we'd go down and we would discuss conspiracies, but mainly how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
That was a big thing back in the day. It really
was.
I'd like the Zombie Survival Guide book. Did you guys have that?
No, because we looked up actual articles because we're losers like that.
Oh, okay.
And then we would discuss about the tactics of it and strats and whether being a lone ranger or a very small party would be better than sort of a larger number, if you see what I mean, because obviously the communications aspect is very, very, like, a lot more tenuous then, shall we say. So how would you survive a zombie apocalypse, Yemmy the Ferret?
Alright, so what you do is you get a renewable resource, whether it's the sun energy, something like that, to power something. Mm-hmm. You put however many treadmills you need around your house and put them at full speed.
I've seen this, yeah.
And when the zombies try to step on, and they just whoop. And
they either fall off or they get some fantastic cardio.
Yeah. Yes. Damn.
Can you imagine just like a freaking
that zombie's
buff as hell
huge.
zombie being like
I didn't skip leg day, that's for sure.
Maybe that's how they turn into 28 weeks later zombies. The ones who are just like full on sprint merchants.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Apparently, I don't know if I'm being completely accurate, but the zombies from like Day of the Dead and Resident Evil, like, you would be able to survive. But if they were 28 weeks later zombies, like, the population would be wiped out in like a month.
Pretty much. I mean,
like,
even like Walking Dead zombies, you can kind of get around. But like, if you jump into Left 4 Dead 20 days later, like you said, anything like that has like special zombies that are crazy. Yeah. I think that turns it up a little bit. Like I forget. I think it was Days Gone was the game I was playing.
Yeah.
Kind of a boring game, but they had a lot of cool information on how these zombies came to be special. So like, the huge bulking ones where they use steroids, and then the virus mutated the steroids and make them puff up so big and be so strong that they were crazy.
There's
also
something built on the personal.
Yeah.
Like the of the person before they... Oh, that's kind of fascinating, you know?
Yeah, there's like this research group that's, of course, studying they're called freakers in that game. They're studying the freakers and their habits and stuff like that. So instead of them just being walking husks of people, they build nests, and they conjugate at night, because that's what humans used to do. At night you all come together and blah blah blah. And it's really cool how they kind of went into that and described and talked about all that kind of stuff in a very scientific manner, I would say. As for the game itself, I mean, the story is very predictable and blah, 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 but it was still an entertaining game for, however long I played. I can talk about Days Gone for hours on end, just because it's one of those games that came out this year that's a Sony exclusive, and they had such a good track record before it, and you look at Days Gone and you go, that was kind of a dud.
So what came before it in terms of its, lineage?
What came before it? God of
Sony
War?
exclusive. Oh, right. Oh, no, I thought you meant... Oh, right, I see, yeah.
Yeah, Sony exclusives, you got God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human was
one with the trailer where he's, on a farm, and then he's, going up, and then, shooting, a train carriage and stuff like that, right? Because I remember seeing that trailer, and, legit having, heart palpitations. So I was like, oh, shit, bro, you nearly got gone then. Do you know what I mean? Shit, just dumb stuff like that. I think... when you make a trailer that's so good and so intense, you're almost shooting yourself in the foot, because you have to live up more so to it. And
well, I mean, the trailer was pretty accurate to how the game worked. I mean, it's
I mean in terms of there's just watching that had so much intensity and so much on the edge of your seat kind of action that if I was playing, I would fuck up and I would get killed kind of thing. So you need you can't have a game where it's constantly that, because it would run dry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, or it just wouldn't work in general. There's times where, there's one trailer where he, blew up a wall, and all of a sudden all these zombies poured in and killed the guys, and they left. That doesn't happen in the game. Okay, there's no wall to blow up. There's no way to attract, a horde like
not
that.
Actual gameplay.
You can attract, a few zombies. They come in, they fuck up the people, they leave. Or they stick around. But there's
I'm done now. See you next week, guys. Bye.
Yeah, see you, everyone. And I think the game would have been a lot better if they had implemented more of those things where it's they give you the option to do the things multiple ways. But in the end, it's if you go up against a bandit camp, it's up there on the hill, there's barricades and everything, so zombies can't get to them as easily. And, you start shooting your guns, and you're expecting zombies to come around. They don't come around. The zombies only come around when you're out in the open in a random area and you're shooting your gun. That's the thing that bugged me the most about it. And I was like, well, that's kind of
I suppose it becomes a bit repetitive, kind of like Far Cry. You know, when you have to destroy an outpost or something, you're like, okay, I'm gonna try stealthy. I'm gonna destroy the alarms.
Don't even get me started on Far Cry 5.
Now it's a big flamethrower dude, so I have to kill him with C4 or so. And it really, you're like, okay, I've got to do another one of these, and I really can't be asked. So,
and
do you know what I mean?
You just end up pulling out the RPG, you kill everyone, and you're like,
and
okay, well, that was...
I'm just going to throw Molotovs until they're all burned.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
just send the bear in. Just
yeah. I'm just going to get the guy with the plane. Nick's going to come in and just, shoot everybody up. Do you know what I mean? And that's the one thing I don't get, right? When you and Nick on that game, and he flew over your head, you get spotted. How does that make sense?
There's a plane up there, and there's a guy right here.
No, they're like, oh, look, there's a plane. Oh, he's behind that tree. And you're like, what? No way did that just happen.
He's about 5 minutes away to the east. They give the
coordinates. Their arms quick, and they're like, okay, where is he? Oh, I think he's directly right there. And you're like, oh, okay, good. Okay, fine. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'm just gonna go away now.
You know what, P2? I didn't talk about my dream about PewDiePie. I didn't talk about that.
Wow.
I forgot.
Well, I got some interesting news, Yem.
Is it PewDiePie related? Because if it's not PewDiePie related, I don't care.
It's this. We are T-minus 30 seconds. Well, less now. Nearly 20 seconds until the end of episode 1. So,
what are we gonna do to fill this time?
Is your dream gonna be enough to fill this gap?
10
seconds, bro. Mate, we need to have a countdown so that when we're just talking, it'd just be yeah, and so the next time on thing is gonna be guys, you can't miss this. It's gonna...
Alright, for sure, we're talking about Will Smith, Genie next time, and PewDiePie. There we go.
Oh man. Oh no, what you should do is just never actually talk about it. That's what you should leave it as. Is next time I'm going to talk about my dream with PewDiePie, Will Smith is Genie. And so people are like, what happened? Tell me what happened.
What's the story?